Hey everyone, welcome to the video update for the steering committee meeting in September 2016. We're going to go through and talk about some of the background pieces and some of the other things that we've been up to in the Secretariat so that we don't have to go through some of those details during the steering committee meeting. Bill Ashton's going to talk about the project director succession. Marco Pagani is going to talk about the European partners. Sarah Wood's going to talk about the website. Michael Blatherwick's going to talk about communications, and then I'll give the final operations update.
Good. So part of just getting updated on the succession of the project director is the succession was proposed initially that I would be in that position as Bill is retiring, and so Bill is retiring. The goal date is in December. And after talking with the administration at the Brandon University, the thinking currently is, in terms of our recommendation, it's around me taking into that position, going into that position of the project director. My current position is called the project manager, and what we'd like to do is reconfigure that position in a couple ways. First of all, we'd be asking the steering committee that they would have a chair of the steering committee rather than the project director. So that's one responsibility that the director no longer has. And the second responsibility is that the project manager position would be reconfigured around some strategic achievements services. And so we would then link to an expert in the field or some expertise in the field to help with the succeeding in our achievements. And then also that would be supported with a graduate student or a student. Those both would be funded through the Rural Policy Learning Commons. And the third thing that we would do is that we'd be asking Brandon University administration to support, starting in April 2017 to the end of the project, 2020, an administrative support for the SHIRC. And it would be about 3 days a week. It total about $10,000 at the university then would be making a commitment. That's where we currently are in our thinking. We've gone through several iterations of options. I know we've approached people in both Brandon as well as other universities. We've responded to their concerns with it, and we've come up with this option currently. So that's currently where we are, and we're just trying to frame that recommendation at this point. Ultimately, who makes the decision is the vice president of academic for Brandon University. And that's where we currently are, and we'd appreciate some feedback from the steering committee.
Good afternoon to everybody. I would like to give a short update on the European partnership development. 2016 has indeed been an important year. In June, our PLC organized a panel session at the IAMO Forum on Rural Labor and Transition in Halle, Germany, involving 3 European and 1 American faculty member. In September, our PLC held another panel session, mostly organized by Sarah Woods, at the European Conference for Landscape in Innsbruck, Austria, involving 2 American and 2 European researchers, who are members or linked to our PLC. Titles and abstracts have been indexed in our PLC Zotero collection, which will be soon opened to all interested members. Next month, the CRRF conference in Guelph, Ontario, will see the presence of some European RPLC members. Finally, the future European links will be provided by the 2017 in-person steering committee in Bologna, Italy, and by the important conference of the European Society for Rural Sociology that will be held in July in Krakow, Poland.
Hi everybody. I don't have too much of a website update for you at the moment, just because we're having our first website subcommittee meeting next week, and we haven't met over the whole summer, so that should be a really good meeting. We really just want to see where we're at with the website and people's expectations of it, and then hopefully we will have it all set up and ready to go for Guelph. Whatever that means. So for example, posting some more content, cleaning it up a bit, making sure everything we need is on there for people who will be interested in our PLC at the Guelph conference. So everything that they might need to look for or want to look for will be on there. So hopefully we'll have a really good meeting next week, and then I'll have a bit more of an update for you after that. But I just wanted to share with you guys a bit about the analytics for the site, which have been actually really good. So I haven't visited the analytics for a couple months now. So I was just taking a look at them, and it's really, really good. We've basically had a steady increase of new and returning visitors, so the new visitors is about 58% of our visitors, and the returning visitors are about 42%. So I think that's really great. There's lots of new people coming to the site. The average session duration is also really good, so people aren't just coming to the site by accident. They're going to look for what the RPLC is, or webinars that we're having, and other kind of news and things like that. The other interesting thing is I was at a conference a couple of weeks ago in Austria, and I did a little bit of a presentation on the RPLC, and we had a spike in in visitors, actually from Austria, in those couple of days during and following the conference. So that's really great. So we're getting out there, and people are going to the site to see what the RPLC is about, and how we can help them. So that's really great. And we're really happy with all of the information that people are sending us to post on the site. Any news stories that you guys feel needs to be on the site for people to look up things with rural policy, anything like that. Bill Ashton brought up a good point in today's Secretariat meeting, kind of where is the rural policy part of the Commons on our website. So that's something really important that we're going to bring up at the steering committee meeting shortly, but also at our website subcommittee meeting. So that's something really important. Now that we have our website together and working and doing really well that way, we can focus on these kinds of issues. So yeah, that's about it. I'll have, like I said, more of an update in the next couple of weeks for everybody. And yeah, thank you.
Hi there, it's Michael Blatherwick, Liaison Officer with the Rural Policy Learning Commons, with a communications update for September 2016. We have a couple of new things on the way. This summer, we were handing out some engagement cards, and they are a great way to interact with people. I'll give you a look at the design. This one here that you'll see is Sarah Woods. She's one of our liaison officers in Europe, and the inside of the card has a picture of all of our institutions. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, and is a great communication tool that we've recently developed. Another thing is we're looking at how to engage with some of our audience. This one was a poster designed for students in mind on ways that they can get involved with the RPLC. Also, we've been helping with the communications for our upcoming conference in Guelph in partnership with the Canadian Rural Revitalization Foundation. This poster outlines some of the keynote speakers that we have coming up, and also we'll be broadcasting some of the sessions, so look for that information coming soon. Also, our newsletter just came out in September, with thanks to Misha and Alita, of course. Lots of information, Rural Roots podcasts put together by Boy and First, out on the east coast of Canada, and some updates on some of the activities that we've had throughout the summer. Of course, feel free, if you're not on our email list already, do visit the RPLC website. When you click on join our email list, you'll be directed to the sign-up sheet, and then that way you'll get all the information on upcoming webinars, workshops, conferences, and that pretty much handles it from here.
All right, I'm going to try and do this in about 2 minutes so we can have the whole video in about 10 minutes. The one-on-one team lead updates have been going great. There's lots of great examples of good activities that are happening, good resources that are being developed, and good outcomes. We're meeting deliverables all over the place. The thing we need to do is communicate our successes and the things that we've developed between each other better. So between team leads, between team supports, and with other RPLC members. We'll be taking some actions in the near future to help with that. One of the other things I want to talk about in terms of the budget overview, we have $666,000 for this year. As of April 1st, we've spent $182,000 of that. so about just under 30%. So we have 70% of our budget for the year still to go. That budget does include carryover from years 1 and 2. Our normal budgets for this time of for a year are around $350,000. One other budget item that I do want to talk about are the partnership contributions. Something that we need to start thinking about now. We'll be helping you identify and record them in the new year. But with the conference coming up and all of our events, hopefully you've been documenting some of the contributions. We're exceeding our minimum targets for SSHRC. We're doing great, and the number of partners that we've had contribute is increasing every year as well. So we're looking forward to the contributions that we can put together for this year. Finally, an HR overview. We're working on the liaison officer position in the US. We're in talks with RUPRI for them to host part of the position and for it to be a collaboration in terms of employing that student. While we're in that process of identifying the liaison officer, we've had student supports here at Brennan University fill the gap. And we've had a very successful summer with those student supports. So thanks to them. And you'll be seeing them both in Guelph and throughout the rest of the year as well. Hopefully that's all right. Well, that's it. It's around the 10-minute mark. Appreciate everybody's patience watching through this. Looking forward to our steering committee meeting and looking forward to seeing most of you in Guelph and tackling some of the working items in Guelph as well as getting a chance to catch up with each of you. Take care, and we'll talk to you soon.